probably live right now. Not the chat window here. So I'm gonna attempt, if anyone is watching at this point, I doubt it, but the whole point of this is to install this GC loader. There we go. Open up my second tab here so that I can watch as well. All right, so I might have one person watching me, but that's probably me. So this is the GC loader. I printed out this piece by Laser Bear. If you guys aren't familiar with the GC loader, it will be a optical disc replacement. Basically allows me to load SD cards into the top here and basically play all my games right off of an SD card. I should probably go get my SD loader. I have it in the other room, but I figured I'd do a teardown of the GameCube first. So this is my Spice Orange. Hey, what's going on, Rolls? So this is my Japanese Spice Orange GameCube that's been pretty much kitted out already. So I've got the Eon Mark 1, not the Mark 2. So this is HDMI through the digital port on the GameCube. So that gives me nice 480p. So that's nice. I don't have an internal mod on here, but next I've got the Game Boy player, and I've got a loader on here that'll allow me to play. I've got a Xeno mod chip in here, which that will allow me to play copied games, you know, whatever, but I'm done with that. We're gonna install this loader on here, and of course a Game Boy player with a EverDrive, so that allows me to play pretty much the complete Game Boy Advance library right on the player. So let's, first things first, I'm gonna start taking this apart and then we will go from there. I don't think I've got this screwed in. Game Boy player out. Game Boy player out. And I do have something installed here. I do have the I've got the SD to SP. So this nice little thing right here that that gives me, again, I can play SD cards right on it, but the serial port. The whole purpose of this mod is the SD loader doesn't have any of the streaming problems. All the games run 100%. No streaming issues, no audio issues, no weird hiccups. This method still has some slowdowns on some games. So there we go. So I'll put that to the side here and I will start this teardown. I've got my game bit. Of course, the GameCube has the specific bit. Now, I don't remember what size, if it's the bigger one or the smaller one. I think this one works. Yep, there we go. So it's been a while since I've taken this one apart. I did when I repaired it the first time, and when I did the Xeno chip install. Now, I'm doing this blind. I do have some instructions on the left-hand side of me over here on my iPad, but I'm gonna take it apart by memory first before I pull up a tutorial. I think that's it. It's 4 screws, 4 major screws right up front. So 1, 2, 3. Where's that 4th one? There it is. Come on out. There's that fourth one right there. Yeah, this poor orange case. Hey, what's going on, Cautious? So this is the Japanese exclusive color. We didn't get this color in the US, and this case I got it from Japan off eBay for a broken GameCube. I got it for a few bucks actually, and it took like a month to get here, but that's one of the major problems. It's cracked right there. So yeah, that sucks, but you know, most of the time you can't even see that. So it's still a Spice Orange GameCube that we didn't get in the US. So we'll put that to the side. And pop that out. There's the controller ports. See that? There we go. And this bad boy right here. So, where am I? So this has a ton of screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this was missing some screws when I first got it, so one missing a couple, but that's okay. What's going on, Tim? Take the fan out. I need to print out the fan mod so that I can run a quieter fan in here. The GameCube does have a pretty loud fan, so this fan right here, you can replace it with a fan. I've got the 3D file that you can print out. It's a bracket, basically, for a more modern fan. So there we go. We'll leave that to the side. There are no screws on that side. I don't remember. I didn't take this apart the first time, so that kind of stinks that there's missing some screws, but whatever. That's okay. Let's see. So this port just pops out like that. So dusty. And I don't remember what else goes next. I think, oh, yep, there's some screws back here in the back. So I'll take those out. Oop, sorry. I probably tapped the camera there with my head. There we go. 2, 3. How's the quality look? I'm doing this from my phone, from an app, Broadcast Me, I think. No, I forgot what it's called. It's some broadcast app that allows me to restream. So I don't know what the quality is. I think the iPhone's got a great camera, but I don't know if the app is pushing out a good quality or not. Wait and see. You know what? I'm going to take these 4 small screws up front. Yeah, these 4 long ones I think hold it in. So we will take those out. It's one of the best investments I ever get. Oh, thanks. Good. Yeah, I'm glad it looks good. This mat right here is a fantastic mat. It's got magnets in certain spots, which allows me to hold the screws down. No more lost screws. Without fail, I'll probably drop one on stream. It always happens. I've got my soldering iron. I'll heat up because I do need to solder one thing, I think. There we go. And that's it. That's it. That's the drive. So this won't be going back into the drive, into the GameCube. At least this top part. This shield will. But a little pixelated, but okay. That's fair enough. Well, hopefully, maybe I can lower the quality. I think I'm screaming at 720, but let me see if I can change that. allows me to change while I'm streaming. Maybe it does not. Oh, hello. Let's flip it. Nope, I guess it doesn't. Oh well, I set it to 1080p. I figured I'd had enough throughput, but it looks like it's being silly. Oh well. I guess I could always stop and restart the stream, but then it would split up the videos on YouTube, which would annoy me. Okay. All right, so I need to get, ooh man. I need to get my brush. I don't have all my tools in front of me for some reason. We need to get this board out. I don't remember what's next. I should probably pull up a teardown, right? See if I can pull up the install. So there is this, if you can see here, this spot right here, this is where the drive goes connected. On the bottom of it, there's some pins, kind of like this, and that's where I'm going to be putting a cable on. So, but I gotta get the board out first. So let me see if I can find some install. There's an installation video, which I want to load another video, but everybody. Yeah, there's the installer. Not messing the thermal pads out. So this is a video done by the actual creator of this. Yep, so I've got to take this out, that's right. So first time I've done this mod. Let's take a look here. It's more light over here. There we go. There we go. So that's the spot that I'm looking for right there. So I'm going to set this aside. And we are going to put that there. And I am going to grab my SD loader. So 1 second. It's going to be some silence. I completely forgot to grab it. I can't believe that. All right. Got it. So this right here is the board. That's the wonderful, wonderful board that does all the work. And here's the cable. So, and a couple of screws that I will deal with in a little bit, but I figured the important part of this install would be showing the soldering. And I guess I could get closer. There we go. So hopefully I don't put my head in there completely, but yeah. So this goes right there. It's a pretty simple mod. Some flux and some solder. So I'm gonna start it off by tacking it down. The boards aren't I mean, if you look at the board, it's pretty thick. I mean, it's a hardy system. This is it. I mean, this is the entire GameCube. It's kind of amazing that this system is as old as it is, but it was pretty powerful. There was some news today. The same guy, and again, you might not follow this rolls, but there's a guy that made the Dreamcast HDMI mod, basically upscale the Dreamcast to 1080p, which I have installed on my Dreamcast. But he made a board called the GC Video, which gives you digital video out, which is what that little adapter I showed earlier, this thing right here, is based on. Inside of here, there's a board that talks to this port right here, which then gives you 480p video out of HDMI. Well, that same guy is going to make a board that'll probably attach to here and probably go onto some of the video chips on here, and it'll upscale to 1080p. I'm excited. Whenever that comes out, I'll probably get that too. But this mod is super simple. I mean, I'll take pictures and all that when it's completely done. But the idea here is once this is installed, I can have the entire GameCube library on an SD card, loaded on an SD card right here. You know, this is going to go here. This gives me an extension, so it'll be inside of the board. So this will sit. I guess the best way to describe it is this will sit in here like that, and that's it. No more discs. It'll just be an SD card. So it'll be neat. I 3D printed that over the weekend. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I mean, this will be neat. It'll be all digital. I've already got an SD card full of games that I've been using on another mod, but this will essentially let me do that. I probably won't be able to plug it up and show you guys, but I'll finish the mod, or at least it's installed now on video. So I'm gonna drop a little. Well, let's get this flux. This flux is gonna sit in here for a little bit. Come on. There we go. Drop a little flux right there. A little flux right there. A little solder. This is a ground plane, so it's going to require a little heat. Okay, just a tiny bit of tack there to kind of get that settled, and I will flow that better in a second. It's going to require some heat. So these two ports are ground ports, so anything that's grounded will always require more heat because you're pushing the heat through the entire ground plane and having to heat up that one spot. So I'll feed some more solder into it. That usually will heat it up. Come on, my hands are all shaky. Come on. Come on, solder. There we go. Not my favorite solder spot right there. I'll add more in a second. Yeah, this one's doing better. Come on there. Come on. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. So you'll notice, if you can see that, it's nice and round. There we go. Might have to do that over here. There we go. Nice and flat there. So now comes the easy part, which is you're just literally adding solder to all these spots. I had liquid solder, but I don't have a way to dispense it, which is right here. This stuff is better. Liquid flux. Solder, liquid flux. And this works better. It's liquid, you just drop it on there, as opposed to the paste. Oop. But this paste is no clean paste. It's okay. I could use this, I guess. My rosin flux pen, that'll work too. I'll try that on the next row. But if you're not familiar with soldering, all this does is it promotes solder to connect to adhere to the metal. So there we go. Boom. One spot done. Come on. Let's clean this tip. There we go. All right, no interesting banter here. I want to make sure I do this right. Top row done. So that's as simple as that. Let me use the other stuff. I prefer the other flux anyway, so this stuff. My pen. Been a while since I've used it, so there we go. Go. Nice and saturated. Does the exact same thing as that paste, but less gooiness. Let's move on. Go. And that smoking that you see is the flux, basically. Heating up. There we go, next row done. Alright, I think that was a ground plane as well. It's taking a little bit. Come on, I don't have good view. Camera's in the way. There we go. You can tell it's done. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the spots get deeper there. They're the row. You can see the rows I haven't done and the ones I have done. These pins right here are bigger. They're like oval. Go. Super interesting video, huh, folks? Last few. That's all she wrote, I think. I'll just touch them real quick just to reflow them. Make sure I'm not missing one or don't have it pulled properly. Oh, so there we go. And all I'm doing is touching the pin. The pin heats up the solder all over again. And there we go. I think that's it. I don't remember there being another solder point. That's the most difficult part of this entire mod. That's it. So now this will sit up here. And yeah, this board connects right here. It'll eventually go like that. And that'll sit on top. So let me double check. I'm gonna fast forward here. Did that. I should clean it with some alcohol. And of course I don't have my alcohol here because I am completely unprepared. If you didn't notice, guys, this whole station has just been rebuilt. I've been putting all my stuff back on here for soldering and whatnot, which is why I decided to finally do this. But of course, all of the stuff I normally need, like my alcohol and hell, even the part that I needed to solder on here wasn't even ready. So let me go get some alcohol and I'll be right back. Okay. 91%, of course. And let's clean it. See all the yellowy stuff on there? That's all the flux residue, so it's better to just clean that off. Flux can cause corrosion, so we don't want that. I think we're set. We're nice and clean there. All right, so oh, that's right. There's some notching involved, and I completely forgot about that. So I'm gonna have to cut something, and of course I don't even have those tools on here. But so there's some notching involved that needs to happen right over here, so that that cable doesn't get crushed and it comes through. So I'm gonna have to pop that out. That's right. I completely forgot about that. See, I watched this video once and I figured I could just do it all pretty quickly, but of course, that's not gonna be the case. Take the last screws there. That lower shield. Coffee break. Coffee. Okay. There we go. So that's power supply, or power module. God, so small. All right. So we have to notch this part right here, and I'm gonna double check. Yeah, you can practically use scissors on there. I might be able to. How far do I need to cut into it?
One little edge right here. I'm just gonna pull it down. Cut it.
Yep, that's what I thought. So we just need to cut that. Now, of course, I don't have my scissors on me, but I can probably get my tin snips and get that cut. But we need to, this part right here that I just bent up, that needs to be cut off, and that's where that cable will sit when it comes up here, and it won't damage it. So, all right, back to grabbing more tools. Sorry, I was completely unprepared for that. Back at it. Picked up a few of my favorite cutters here. And I'm supposed to cut about right there. Yep. Cut all the way like that. Then I brought these, which are nice. These are, I'm able to kind of grab and bend. So that's nice there. What I'll do now is we'll cut this way. Bits at a time. It's not super thick, it's just Just once you've cut enough through, there, it's gone. And I'm going to bend a little bit of that so that it's not so sharp. There we go. It's kind of dull there. It's got like a little beveled edge there. All right. I'll put it back in there. So my GameCube seems to be missing more screws than others, which again, I didn't take it apart the first time. That's how I got it, but these two main screws right here in the middle, we're definitely going back for sure. So that was these two up here. One. Two, right there, boom. Done. So from there, heat sink's all loose. You see there? I'm wondering, should I? No, it's not gonna overheat at this point. Go. Oh, see, you'll notice there that the cable kind of just fit perfectly right there. So we're going to put the heatsink screws back in. And I'm going to torque them down, so start with that and go to the opposite corner. Because my dad's a mechanic, and if I did it any other way, he would get mad at me, even though like there's going to be ever any torque. Look at that. I'm already messing things up. Let me try this one. But magnetized? Yes, it is. I don't know what the audio is like on this stream, or how bad it's been going for 38 minutes, but half that time was me running to go get something else, right? So that goes to show that this mod is super freaking simple, and it's amazing what Dan did at Black Lab. What is it? Black Lab Technologies? Black Lab Technologies? Dude is great. He made the DC HDMI. This was also done, this particular mod was done by Daniel. Let's see if we can see that. Come on. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay. Well, anywho, it's Daniel Creek. Great. Yeah, whatever. Got it. All right. More. Got two more. Oh, hey, what's going on, Scott? Saw the message there. Thanks for telling me that the audio is okay. I'm guessing it would be. I'm talking, the phone is right here. So sometimes I tend to mumble because I'm not used to streaming and modding. I'm used to having some music on and just kind of like in the zone, not talking. But I figured this would be fun to show, at least on camera, a little bit. All right, so that's done. What else is next here? I'm following along. here. Yeah, so this is gonna go like right there, give or take. So what's the next step? Oh, that's right. So next step is this post right here needs to go. So if you see that plastic post right down here, that needs to go. So we're gonna cut that right out. This comes out pretty easily. Just there we go. Brittle old plastic. I'm gonna go even lower just because. Plastic dust everywhere. There. One screw post down. Next. So we're going to set this aside for a second and we're going to attach the board. The board is going to go on this plate right here. So we're going to remove these screws that hold the drive down, right? Ooh, some of these screws are a bit wonky. That's not going to be good. That's yeah, we're gonna take some of these out. Ooh, boy, yeah, some of these screws are a mess. They're a little stripped. Who did that? There we go. That got one out. Oh, man, look at that screw head. If you can see that, it's a mess. Okay. I'm not showing this on camera, but I'm taking that out. There we go. Two. That's a pretty decent screw. This one looks good too. I think that one was the only one that was stripped, that first one. But I got it out. Thanks to my handy dandy 90-degree pliers, which I love. I love those things. Not gonna strip this one. Slow and steady, slow and steady. There we go. Came out pretty easily. There we go. So all four screws. Oh no, there's a fifth one. Ha! I can't count. Boom. Done there. Here's the plate. And yeah, this guy's giving me some good loving, but she's retired. So we're gonna set that aside. If I ever need to put it back in, I could. So next step here, flip that over. And there are some screw posts that come with this. So if you can see, there's some nice fun little screws and posts that come in the install kit for this. So I'm gonna set this all aside here. These are the screws for that. And pour these out right there in the middle. There we go. So now I'm referencing his video. So what does he do here? I think he installs the screws. Oh, that's right. So the screws, all three of these screws go into the top. So they basically go into here. And then these little screw posts go through them. So essentially, when you're all, there we go, when you're all said and done, that's what that looks like. So we shall do all of them. That's what I thought. The washers are for something else. I was just making sure that I didn't need washers. I don't think I do. The washers are for a spot that is needed. There we go. We'll just tighten that down a little bit. There we go. And the third one right there. There we go. And if I remember correctly, it kind of sits like that. But there's a spot there that requires a washer, so I don't remember. Yeah. Right. Right. So, that's right. So, one washer, SD card. There's one spot right here. It needs to have a washer. Boom. Right there, washer. Then it goes through here. Then on this side, we put washer. And then one more of these little bitty that's it. And so now there's 6 of these, so then you put the other ones. And my handy dandy right angle. So I can drop it down a little bit, not a lot. Doesn't need to be. There's not going to be any motion. And there we go. Boom! Bada bing. That's installed. That ain't going anywhere. And so, honestly, at this point, it's put it back together, right? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it back together here. Goes here now. These need to be installed. These are the. I think these go. Do these go on top? I don't. Yeah, they go on top. So. Oh, that's funny. Right, so did that need to be notched too? I don't think so, did it? Yeah, so that one doesn't need to be. Yeah, that one doesn't need to have installed. I apologize for that. There we go. There we go. And that goes right there. It is super simple. I am watching a video on how to do the install because it's the first time I've done this one, but honestly, that goes like that. There. So let's install some of these screws, and I apparently don't have all of them, so I'm going to install the majority of them, all right? See, I'm already messing things up, right? So this is where, let's go. I'm not going to install these over here because some of those are held down. Hold down the fan. Look at me. Not paying attention. Putting in the wrong ones. Over here. I'm going to put some in the back over here where the power cord gets realigned there. There we go. All right. Now comes these fun things. These are the they're like dust covers slash protectors. I don't know. Four of them go here, and where's my other dust cover here? I'm be upset. Where'd that fall down? No? Where'd it go? See? I tell you, I lose one. I lose some every time. Okay, braid. Controller. Nope, 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 nope. 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 Look at that. Nowhere. This is like a Where's Waldo for you guys. You're like, it's right there. It's right there. That's annoying. Where did it go? I don't know. Oh my. Let's clean up my station a little bit. How about that? Sometimes cleaning up makes you find it. Close up the alcohol. Don't need that right now. You know what? More coffee. How about that? Coffee in my little mini Yeti cup, so it doesn't get cold. Still piping hot. All right. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I know it. You know what? I'm going to put it all together, and then it's going to be like right there. I'm going to forget it, not put it in there, and it's going to be right there. I'm going to find it. Or I'm going to step on it. That's what's going to happen, all right? I'm going to step on it. Where'd it go? Did it stay in the control? No. It did not stay there. I'm going to get so much flack if I put a video up and share it and then figure out that it's missing. And I'd be like, you didn't put the last controller protection thing. Scott, I have a cup of coffee before I go to bed at night. I absolutely love coffee. There is no decaf. That is coffee. And at night, I'll put a little cream in it, but no sugar. No sugar, just coffee. And then during the day, it's black. So Mother's milk. All right, so I might give up on that and say that it was missing one, right? I'm missing one, folks. I'm totally gonna look at that video later and be like, it was right there, and on video and on camera, I dropped it. So, okay, so I'm missing one of these. It's not necessary, but it's gonna bug me that it's not there. I find it, I'll take it apart later. No, it's not there. Okay, so let's put the controllers back in. So this goes right there. Boom. Ooh, right there. Okay. All right, so right, no, is it stuck down there? Nope. Okay. There it goes. Boom. There it goes. Okay. Now the next part is this optional piece that is sold by LaserBear, laserbear.com, I think is what it is. He made this 3D print. He sells it, or you can download the STL for free, which I did, and you buy this piece, which is just an extender. It basically goes right there, like that, ta-da, and then you drop this right on top, like that. Look how looks nice, doesn't it? And I guess I'll drop the screws in, and yeah. Now, not all these screws were great. Some of them were kind of stripped. So that makes me upset because I don't have another set of screws to use. But we will do our best here, folks. You know what? Why don't I do this before I do that? Let me run the screws in a little bit on the plastic so that I'm not fighting with it, because it is 3D printed. It's plastic. It's PLA, and the screw holes aren't completely like tapped, so you have to kind of work it a little bit. Once they start going in, they'll go in. Let's move this out the way and do it up here on the table. Let's move this. Go right here. We'll kind of start. But my hands are going to shake, and it's not going to stay stable. There we go. There we go. There we go. So. The tolerance is silly, so it should go through, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I won't be able to use these right now because I've got to tap them with better screws. And that's kind of the downside, right? 3D printed, it's plastic. These screws were not meant to tap plastic. So, yeah. Even if I put like 2 or 3 of them in, but God, look at these soft screws. They're like brass, so tapping it isn't working. You know what? Let me do this. I have my drill bits here, and I can just drill out the plastic, because it doesn't need to go into the plastic. It needs to go into the metal. So, a small bit like that, and just drill out the holes a bit. There we go. So that made the hole just a little bigger, but the screw won't go through it. It's just enough to put the screw through the plastic, and then it can grab onto the metal down at the bottom. There we go. Good. The tolerance is probably set, and you know, my 3D printers might print just the tolerance is a little different. So if I was to put that there, and there's the SD extender. Then we want to drop screws right there, so let's not fight about it. See? Oh, wait, no. So what screws are supposed to go? What screws are supposed to go in there? I'm pretty sure it's the ones that I used. Oh, you know what? He probably provides screws with it, and I'm being dumb. Looks like they're just not long enough. Again, you can buy this from Laser Bear, and he provides the print, or he provides it complete, probably with screws. My screws aren't reaching. Look at that. They're just like not enough, which bugs me, man. Bugs me. I thought that's what we used. I didn't watch his video on the install. I just assumed here, but wow, okay, I'm sure. No, you know what? These don't go there. He probably says on his website what screws go in there. Let me take a look here. I'm gonna go and take a look and be that guy. Oh, Laser Bear. GC loader. So this is the mount. He sells it. You can choose color, storage size. Let's see what he says here. Oh, okay. So he includes 3D base, 3D XSD, and screws for assembly. Ha! So he provides screws. Okay. So what screws does he provide? I know that, let's see. I'm gonna fast forward here. We're watching videos instead of a video, huh? How good is that? What screws is he using here? Let me take a look. What's the size? I might have a bunch of extra screws like that. Oh, he's screwing in from the bottom, right? Oh, man. See, look at that. Look, it pays. So, look at that. Anywho, well, that said, that means I have to take that off again, because I am that guy. I am not going to install this, at least not that part wrong, right? So, this is, again, there is no written instructions. Everyone just did a video, which is fine. Everyone should, I mean, you can do a video install. They should have made a PDF. Dan, if you ever see this, which I doubt you will, because I'm not that popular, provide a PDF with the install. Take some pictures, and that will be a lot easier. Some of us need to have the instructions right next to us. You know, because for that type of person. Okay, all right, well, and then I'm gonna take, why am I doing that? Boom. Boom. So I've got some screws that I can put through it, I think. Hopefully I didn't just drill out the plastic enough. Yeah, I jumped to conclusions and I drilled out some of that plastic. So I might have to be that guy and pull out the hot glue gun and then put some glue in there into the holes and then let the screws tap into the glue, which will then seal it up. I mean, or I could be awesome and pull out my 3D printer pen and fill in the holes that way, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use screws, and I've got plenty of those. Grab my bin here. Grab a few screws. I tend to keep extra screws like this. So that one's obviously too big, but these could work. Yeah, let's try these. Okay, so if this went like that, there are 3 spots the screws can go into. Let's see, I said they were my favorite. There they are. My favorite pliers, and they're not, can't find them. Back out one of these screws. Should have paid attention, man. See, this is why I should have looked up on how to install this tray first, because I figured it would be pretty simple. It would reuse some of the screws that were in the system already. I mean, there's some screws that go on this. I figured maybe it would use the same screws that hold down the drive, right? But apparently not. So that's okay. Looks like he provides screws, so I'm going to have to provide my own because he provided the free files, but not the free screws. I can't print out screws. I'm mumbling. I don't think anyone's watching me. That's okay. Let's drill this out a little bit too. Right. Well, I'm trying to get this screw out that I was putting in here because I'm a Goomba. I thought these screws went in there, but they're brass and they're real soft and they like to strip. But there they go. There, gone. Okay, I'm gonna make these screw holes a little bigger because I'm using probably bigger screws than he provides. And that's okay. And then we're gonna test fit some of these screws right through here. I think these came from an old PlayStation install, so they might be a little big, but you know what? Bigger is better. No, that's not true. Don't believe that. Quit your mumbling. Sorry. You're right. You're absolutely right, Roll. Ha 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 ha. So I'll just use the screws to tap. There we go. We'll do that. And I dropped the screw. We'll try again. You can see here, I'm gonna drive it into, there we go. There we go. So boom, now I have screws. Probably not what he provided, but they work. They work. They work. And even if I just put 2 of these in here, that'll hold down this 3D printed tray. There we go. Boom. Awesome. Now we've got to attach it to the actual tray, right? Right. Tray. So this went like that. So there's the holes. You can see they align. And then they have to go in through the bottom. Or they can go through the top. No. Well, I mean, I think these don't fit directly into the metal. See, so even the metal is gonna require a little tapping. But you know what? I'll be brave and try one from the top. Nope, no. What am I doing? It won't. It could go through. No, let's not do that. See, look, I'm mumbling, but I'm making this up as I go along, right? So let's go this way. Look at that. Ha 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 ha. Boom. Look at that. Just loosen it up just a tiny bit. There we go. Then I can put the other one down. There it goes. I'm gonna put 2 in. That ain't going anywhere. There. And of course, now I've got to find a way to put that in there. Ha! I said I'm making this up as I go along, folks. Let's give me that. Figure that out. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, and slide the card in. Tight fit when you put the plastic on there, but there we go. Boom. SD card extender goes there. Now it's there. There. Complete. Not going anywhere. Attach the ribbon cable again. Ribbon cable attached. Attach the missing. Look at that, dropping screws. Where'd you go? There you are. Dropping screws. All right. I'm gonna put this one single cover on because it's already kind of a botched system that I'm missing certain things and I'm missing certain screws. But that's okay. It looks nice when it's all put together. And no one's gonna know but me because this is my system and I'm not reselling it. I don't resell. It's mine. It will do the job. Oh, no, let's make sure it's lined up. All right, we will put that on there. Now let's put power button, or this is the power button. Let's attach the power button. Yes, drop screws into the system. Okay. Oh, no, no. Had one more. There we go. Force it here. These line up properly. There we go. It's lined up. That's set. That's set. These are the 4 screws left. Let's put the back panel back. Oh, it's backwards. There. So that's power. And let's put the lid back on, right? Look at that. Look at that. Little gap there? Nope. Yep, there we go. Once it gets all tacked down, you won't even... Okay, so let's put those screws back in with our trusty game bit. Of course. Really should grab my, there we go. So, of course, I need, this is like the oldest trick in the book, right? If you got magnets. Haha, magnetic. And last one. Boom. This poor GameCube. It's a mess. It's had some damage when I got it from Japan. And I bought it for like 10 bucks, I think is what I said, right? Like 10 bucks. So it was cracked when I got it, but it looked pretty good. I didn't know it was broken is what it said when I got it. 10 bucks. But now that I'm realizing it's really fragile, like there's bits and pieces of the plastic coming apart, see? And I think that finally gave away right there, which sucks. Maybe I'll have to buy a new one and just case swap. Looks like it just came apart there. But, oh well. It looks good. That'll bug me forever. I will have to fix that or get a case replacement or whatever. It's on there. It's tight. Okay, but there we go. back up here. You can take a look. No more drive. There is now an SD card slot. And of course, the way it would work is you would take your games and click, 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 click. There we go. That's it. I will put a couple videos up on it up and running. I don't have my streaming setup going on, and plus I've got to add a couple files onto my SD card on here. But the idea here is it will boot up and it will work, because that's how it should work, right? And put my games on there. Boom. There we go. Well, thanks for following me. It was an hour and change of streaming, but got it all installed without hurting myself. All right, guys. I'll see you guys again on the next stream, on the next show. I guess we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Take care, guys.